The strongest move you can make is sometimes to look like the weakest person in the room. That sounds crazy, right? In a world where everyone is trying to look confident, powerful, impressive, I'm telling you that looking weak can actually help you win. But here's the truth most people don't understand. The moment others see you as a threat, they prepare to fight you. The moment they think you are harmless, they relax. And when people relax, they make mistakes. Today we're breaking down exactly how to win by looking weak. And if you truly understand this strategy, you'll start moving through life with a completely different level of control. Before we go deeper, make sure you hit like and subscribe to Playing Possum. This channel is about quiet power, smart positioning, and winning without noise. If you want long-term advantage instead of short-term applause, you're in the right place. Let's start with something simple. Human beings are competitive by nature. When someone walks into a room with loud confidence, sharp energy, and obvious ability, people react. Some feel inspired, but many feel threatened. And when people feel threatened, they defend themselves. They compete harder. They question you more. They watch your moves closely. Now imagine the opposite. You walk in calm. You speak less. You ask questions. You don't try to dominate. You don't try to impress. What happens? People lower their guard. They don't see you as competition. They don't feel pressure around you. And that gives you space. Space to observe. Space to learn. Space to plan. Looking weak does not mean being weak. That's the key difference. It means controlling perception. It means choosing not to show your full capability immediately. It means letting others underestimate you. Underestimation is one of the most powerful advantages you can have. Because when people underestimate you, they stop studying you. They stop preparing for you. They stop expecting big moves from you. And that gives you freedom. Think about the workplace. There's always that one person who wants everyone to know how smart they are. They correct others in meetings. They talk the most. They present themselves as the strongest voice in the room. And what happens? People start challenging them. Managers test them harder. Colleagues quietly hope they fail. Pressure builds around them. Now imagine someone else. Quiet, observant. They ask simple questions. They don't argue much. They don't show all their ideas immediately. Most people think they are average. But this person is collecting information, understanding personalities, studying office politics. When the right opportunity comes, they present a well-timed, well-prepared solution that solves a real problem. Suddenly everyone is surprised. But the surprise only works because nobody saw it coming. This is why on Playing Possum we talk about strategic invisibility. When you look weak, you move under the radar. And under the radar is where growth happens without resistance. Resistance slows you down. Pressure distracts you. But invisibility protects you. Let's talk about ego. Most people hate being underestimated. It feels like disrespect. It feels unfair. So they rush to prove themselves. They speak louder. They work harder in public. They try to show strength immediately. But in doing so, they remove mystery. They remove surprise. They remove leverage. Real confidence is different. Real confidence is quiet. It doesn't panic when others underestimate it. It doesn't feel the need to correct every false assumption. It knows that results will speak later. There is also a psychological effect at play. When someone thinks you are weaker than them, they often become careless. They share more information. They take bigger risks. They relax their strategy. They underestimate the need to prepare. And in competition, carelessness is dangerous. Whether it's business, sports, or negotiation, the person who underestimates the opponent usually loses focus. A loss of focus creates mistakes. Let's make this practical. Imagine you are negotiating a deal. If you walk in showing strong knowledge, strong alternatives, strong confidence, the other side tightens up. They protect their interests aggressively. But if you appear slightly uncertain, asking clarifying questions, showing curiosity instead of dominance, they may reveal more than they should. They may explain their limits. They may expose where they are flexible. And that information becomes your leverage. You didn't win by overpowering. You won by listening. In social situations, the same principle works. People love to feel superior. They love to teach. They love to explain. When you allow someone to feel knowledgeable around you, they open up. They trust you more. They feel safe. And trust is powerful currency. If you constantly try to look strong and impressive, you create distance. But when you look approachable, even slightly less dominant, you create connection. And connection opens doors. Now let's talk about timing. Looking weak is a temporary strategy. It's not your identity. It's a position you choose when it benefits you. The key is knowing when to shift. You observe first. You learn the landscape. You understand who holds influence. You see where the real power lies. Then, when the moment is right, you reveal just enough strength to change the outcome. Not everything. Just enough. This controlled reveal creates impact because people didn't expect it. Surprise multiplies strength. If someone already expects you to be powerful, your actions feel normal. But if they expect you to be average, even a moderate move feels impressive. That shift in perception can change how people treat you instantly. There's also protection in looking weak. When you look strong, you attract attacks. Competitors target you. Critics analyze you. Enemies prepare for you. But when you look harmless, you are ignored. And being ignored can be a gift. It gives you time. Time to build skills. Time to improve quietly. Time to strengthen your position without pressure. Think about long-term success. Many people chase attention early. They want to be known. They want to be visible. But visibility without preparation is dangerous. It creates expectations you may not be ready to meet. But if you build quietly while others overlook you, by the time attention arrives, you are ready. You are stable. You are prepared. Another important point is emotional control. When someone treats you like you're not important, how do you react? If you react emotionally, you lose power. But if you stay calm, if you smile, if you let them think what they want, you maintain control. Emotional control is strength. And often the strongest person is the one who doesn't react. In conflict situations, this strategy becomes even more powerful. If someone tries to provoke you, expecting an aggressive response, and you respond calmly, even slightly confused, asking them to clarify, you shift the energy. They prepared for a fight, they didn't prepare for calm. And calm forces them to rethink their approach. Looking weak also helps you learn faster. When you pretend to know everything, you stop growing. But when you allow yourself to appear like a learner, people teach you. They share knowledge, they give advice, they explain shortcuts. And while they feel superior, you gain skill. In 5 years, that accumulated knowledge becomes real strength. But let's be clear, this strategy requires inner strength. You must know your value internally. If you secretly believe you are weak, then looking weak will damage you. But if you know your ability, if you are confident in your growth, then perception does not shake you. You can afford to let others misjudge you because you understand the long game. The long game is everything. Short-term pride feels good. Long-term positioning wins. When you look weak strategically, you are playing the long game. You are building without noise. You are gathering without attention. You are preparing without interference. When playing possum, this is the mindset we focus on. You don't need to roar to be powerful. You don't need to dominate every room. Sometimes the smartest move is to blend in, to let others exhaust themselves trying to prove something. While they compete loudly, you build quietly. Ask yourself this. In what situations are you trying too hard to prove strength? At work? In arguments? On social media? What if instead of proving, you observed? What if instead of reacting, you calculated? What if instead of showing everything, you held something back? Winning by looking weak is about discipline. It's about patience. It's about understanding human psychology. People react to visible power. They ignore hidden power. So sometimes the smartest way to protect your growth is to hide it in plain sight. And when the time comes to step forward fully, you will feel it. The opportunity will be clear. The timing will be right. And because no one expected you to move strongly, your impact will feel bigger. That's the advantage. If this message changed the way you see strength, comment below and tell me one situation where you'll apply this strategy this week. Share this video with someone who needs to understand that loud is not the same as powerful. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Playing Possum for more insights on quiet dominance, smart positioning, and winning without looking like you're trying. Remember this, the loudest person in the room often burns out first. The one who looks calm, even weak, often walks away with the real victory. Stay patient, stay strategic, and learn how to win by looking weak.